Life has thrown numerous challenges at your person, leaving them utterly worn out and drained. Each obstacle they've faced has chipped away at their resilience, making it increasingly difficult for them to keep going. They are exhausted from fighting battles on multiple fronts, battles that seem never-ending and insurmountable. The weight of these struggles has taken a significant toll on their well-being, and it's evident in their daily life. They are no longer sleeping or eating properly, their mind constantly overwhelmed by a sense of panic and anxiety. It's as if their thoughts are stuck in a relentless loop, with no reprieve in sight. These challenges have cultivated a negative thought pattern that now dominates their mind. At night, when the world is quiet, and they should be resting, they find themselves wide awake, unable to escape their own thoughts. Their mind races, replaying over and over the pain they have caused you. This guilt eats away at them, making it nearly impossible to find peace. They're haunted by the memories of their actions, which have deeply hurt you. They never intended for things to unfold this way, but the reality of the situation is undeniable, and it weighs heavily on their heart. In the darkness of the night, they also find themselves obsessively trying to figure out how they can make things right. They desperately want to approach you, to explain themselves, and to somehow undo the damage they've done. But it's not just about offering an explanation, they are searching for the right words, the perfect way to express their regret and sorrow. They know that what they did was wrong, and they're aware of how much they've hurt you. The thought of losing you forever because of their actions terrifies them. Their heart is broken, shattered by the knowledge that they've hurt someone they care so deeply about. It was never their intention to cause you pain, and the realization that they have is a source of profound sorrow for them. Despite this, there is a glimmer of hope within them. They hold on to the belief that if they come to you with complete honesty and clarity, you might find it in your heart to forgive them. This hope is what keeps them going, what pushes them to continue searching for a way to make amends. They see you as someone incredibly strong and wise, qualities that they admire deeply. They know that you desire commitment and marriage, and they understand how important these things are to you. In fact, they share these desires, but they are acutely aware of how far they've strayed from the path that leads to those goals. At this point in time, they are praying fervently for something to happen that will break the stagnancy between you both. They long for a change, for a shift in the current state of your relationship that will allow them to move forward with you. In silence, they are planning their next steps. This isn't something they're taking lightly, they are carefully considering every possible outcome, every potential consequence. Their deepest desire is to come back to you, to take a leap of faith and make a stable offer that reflects their commitment to you and to your future together. They are aware that they've lost your trust, and they know it will take time and effort to rebuild it. But they are willing to do whatever it takes to prove that they are serious about making things right. While they are consumed by their own thoughts and plans, you too find yourself stuck in your head about this connection. The situation has left you feeling frustrated and annoyed, as if you're trapped with no clear way out. The uncertainty is draining, and it's understandable that you might feel hopeless at times. However, it's important to remember that there is always light at the end of the tunnel, even when the path ahead seems shrouded in darkness. Now is the time to reflect on what you truly want from this relationship and from your life. It's time to consider whether holding on to any grudges is worth the pain it causes you. Forgiveness is not about excusing the hurtful actions, but about freeing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment. If you're holding on to a grudge, letting go could be the first step toward healing, both for you and for your person. The future of this relationship depends on both of you. Your person is planning in silence, preparing to take a leap of faith and hoping for a positive outcome. Meanwhile, you have the power to choose whether to embrace the possibility of reconciliation or to move forward on your own terms. Whatever decision you make, know that there is always hope for a brighter tomorrow, and that light is waiting for you at the end of the tunnel. There are many things I may not openly admit, but one of the deepest truths I carry is the regret I feel for so many of the choices I've made in the past. These regrets weigh heavily on me, particularly because I've been hurt by people I once held close, people I trusted with parts of my heart that should have been reserved for you. Over time, this has eroded my ability to trust, leaving me feeling as though I'm surrounded by nothing but deception and false intentions. I miss your presence every single day. It's a constant ache, an emptiness that no distraction can fill. I've tried to numb this pain by throwing myself into work, burying myself in long hours and endless tasks, hoping that if I just keep busy enough, I won't have to confront the void left by your absence. But no amount of work can truly distract me from the memories of you, the way you made me feel whole and at peace. When I close my eyes, I find myself transported back to those intimate moments we shared, the times when everything felt right and the world seemed a little less harsh. These memories haunt me, yet I cling to them because they're the closest thing I have left of you. I often imagine what it would be like if you were still by my side, if we had taken those next steps together. I can't help but picture you as the mother of my child, raising a family together, creating a life filled with the love and warmth that only you can bring. The thought of it brings a bittersweet smile to my face, as it's a future I yearn for but one that feels so far out of reach. I know that I made mistakes, that I failed to act when I should have. My inaction is something I deeply regret, and it haunts me every day. I often wonder if you're still waiting for me or if you've moved on, tired of waiting for someone who couldn't make up his mind when it mattered most. I wouldn't blame you if you had. Life has been anything but easy since we parted ways. I've tried to stay strong, to move forward and build a life for myself, but the truth is that without you, everything feels so much harder. The strength I try to muster on my own pales in comparison to the strength I felt when you were with me. Your emotional support was like a lifeline to me, a source of real strength that allowed me to face anything life threw at me. I realize now more than ever just how much easier life was with you by my side. It's not just that I miss you, it's that I need you. I need your love to bring peace and comfort into these long, painful nights, to soothe the hurt and disappointment that seems to have become a constant companion in your absence. I am so tired of being let down, of feeling like I'm fighting this battle alone. I think back to the days when we were together, and I can't help but feel a deep sense of loss. It's been so long since we separated, yet the pain of our parting still feels fresh, as though it happened only yesterday. I know that time is supposed to heal all wounds, but this wound has only deepened with time. I worry that you might doubt my loyalty, that you might think I've moved on or that my feelings for you have faded. But nothing could be further from the truth. My love for you is as strong as ever, and despite everything, I remain loyal to you and the love we once shared. This love is mutual, of that I am sure. Even though we've been apart for so long, I believe that our connection remains, that somewhere deep down, you still feel the same way I do. I only wish I had the courage to tell you all of this sooner, to fight for what we had before it was too late. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that life doesn't always give us second chances. I just hope that, somehow, you can find it in your heart to give us another try. Because I know now, without a shadow of a doubt, that my life is incomplete without you in it. All I want is the chance to make things right, to show you that I am ready to give you the love and commitment you deserve. I want to build a future with you, one filled with the love, peace, and comfort that only you can bring into my life. Your partner deeply regrets how things unfolded between the two of you, and they often find themselves wishing they could go back in time to make different choices. The weight of their mistakes has been a constant source of pain and reflection. If only they could undo the hurt caused or rewrite the chapters of your shared story, they would do so without hesitation. These thoughts have been occupying their mind for a long time, creating a sense of longing and sadness that they can't easily shake. It's clear that they never intended for things to turn out this way, and they now fully grasp the gravity of what they've lost. For a while now, your partner has been considering making an offer to you, perhaps to reconcile or rebuild what was once strong between you. However, they are plagued by hesitation. The uncertainty about where you stand, what you feel, and how you might respond is holding them back. This uncertainty isn't just a fleeting thought for them, it's a significant barrier that keeps them from moving forward. They know how much is at stake, and the fear of rejection or making things worse is a risk they're struggling to take. They see you as someone who fulfills their deepest wishes and desires, someone who once brought immense joy and completeness into their life. Yet, they can't shake the fear that time and circumstances may have changed your feelings. They wonder if you still see them in the same light, or if the connection you once shared has faded into something irretrievably distant. What adds to their anxiety is the realization that if they choose to pursue this relationship again, they won't just be facing their own fears. They'll also have to confront external challenges, perhaps from friends, family, or the environment around them, who might not support the idea of you both getting back together. The opposition could be strong, and the road to reconciliation might be fraught with obstacles that they aren't sure they're ready to overcome. This daunting prospect makes them even more cautious and uncertain about how to approach you. They are aware that the decision to move forward is not just about the two of you, it's also about navigating the opinions and judgments of others. Lately, your partner has noticed a change in you. They see that you've been pulling back, distancing yourself from the situation, and focusing more on your own well-being. It's clear to them that you've been dedicating time and energy to taking care of yourself, possibly as a way to heal and find peace. This new sense of self-care and independence that you're displaying makes them admire you even more, but it also makes them feel a bit intimidated. They're worried that this new version of you, who seems stronger and more self-reliant, might not be open to what they have to say. They fear that if they approach you without being fully prepared, they might face your anger or frustration. The idea of confronting you, knowing that you might lash out at them, makes them even more hesitant. They're aware that they can't afford to be anything less than honest and transparent because you've always had the ability to see right through them. Your partner realizes that any attempt to reconcile or rebuild your relationship would require them to drop any pretenses. They know that you're someone who values honesty and authenticity, and they understand that you won't tolerate anything less. They can't hide behind excuses or half-truths because you've always had a way of seeing through any facade they might put up. This realization has led them to a place of deep introspection. They're finally beginning to see things from your perspective, something they may have struggled to do in the past. They now understand the importance of stability, commitment, and security in a relationship, values that perhaps they didn't fully appreciate before. They know these are things that matter greatly to you and are the foundation of what you seek in a partnership. As they reflect on what went wrong and how they can make amends, your partner is beginning to see that their previous approach might have been flawed. They're starting to grasp that in order to win you back, they need to align with what you value most: trust, commitment, and a sense of security. This understanding is bringing them closer to a place where they might be able to offer you what you need, rather than what they think you want. However, whether or not they will have the courage to act on these realizations remains to be seen. The road ahead is uncertain, and they know that they must tread carefully if they hope to repair the bond that was once so strong between you.